America rejected him, but Somalia welcomed him back like a hero. Referee.
Hello, welcome to Bell's Take. My name is Bell. Now, people are reacting negatively to the 2026 World Cup tournament because even before kickoff, there are so many issues. One of the issues that stands out is how players, officials, journalists, fans have faced much stricter scrutiny than others whilst entering the US. Iranian authorities and support staff reportedly had visa difficulties, with Iran stating that several of its delegations were denied visas.
America is hosting the World Cup. It hasn't even started, and it's already a global scandal. Iran's football team just found out that 14 of their key staff members, their secretary general, their vice president, their coaches, their media team, their security personnel all denied US visas. Not criminals, not threats, football staff, and it gets worse. All three of Iran's matches are on US soil, Los Angeles, and Seattle. So here's what the team was told. Base yourselves in Mexico, fly in on match day, play, and leave the same night. No hotel, no recovery, no support staff on the sideline. Just show up, play, and get out. The country hosting the World Cup is deliberately making it impossible for a competing nation to function like a normal team. That's not immigration enforcement. That's targeted interference with an international sporting event. But Iran wasn't the only target.
This is just simply being told, we don't want you here, we don't need you here. Because how on earth can you place such conditions on these players? They should base themselves in Mexico, come and play, and leave that same night without being given any chance to recover. Nothing. They should just keep going to and fro, up and down all the time. You are as good as being told we don't need you. Get out of here. And that is what they don't want to say because the whole world is watching. You can do better, US. Do better. Make this tournament enjoyable for everybody. It is World Cup, for crying out loud.
At a moment where the world should be using sports to build bridges, the United States is humiliating Iran's national football team by forcing these young athletes to spend their nights in Mexico instead of welcoming them here in the U.S. where their games will be played.
Somali referee Omar Abdelkader Atam, who had been selected by FIFA, was denied entry despite holding a visa and was removed from the tournament. US authorities stated vetting concerns. Omar Artan was selected to officiate at the 2026 FIFA World Cup, becoming the first Somali referee ever chosen for the tournament. After arriving in Miami, he was detained and subjected to additional screening by US authorities. Sadly, officials later said there was information suggesting associations with suspected members of terrorist organizations, an allegation Artan denied. Because he could not enter the United States, he was unable to attend the referee training camp and was removed from the World Cup officiating roster. FIFA stated that immigration decisions are made by host countries and are outside FIFA's control. Despite missing the tournament, FIFA said he will still receive his full World Cup officiating fee. This one is quite worrying. Iraqi Ayman Hussein was detained and questioned for hours at an airport before being admitted, while an Iraqi team photographer was reportedly denied entry.
The World Cup hasn't even officially started yet, and what I knew was going to happen once Trump won presidency is already happening. So if you haven't seen it, the Iraqi national team arrived in the US in preparation of the World Cup, and one of their star players and their team photographer were detained at the airport. They questioned them, searched their social medias, all the new nonsense that the president put in place. And the photographer was actually denied entry. And these are people that are somewhat public figures, being, part of the national team, either as staff or players. So I can only imagine how bad it's going to be when just civilians coming to watch the game start showing up. And not just at the airport either, because remember, Dump has ICE agents outside of all of the games as well. So it will be people trying to go to these games where they have spent thousands of dollars on flights and stay and probably missing work for the time that they're here to go to this game, and they will be getting detained over, I guarantee you, just racism. Like, having the World Cup in the US after that man was elected is the dumbest thing FIFA could have done. They should have moved all of the games to just Mexico and Canada so that way it didn't have to change too much, but we weren't putting people at risk of being in concentration camps.
We may witness one of the worst versions of the World Cup in the United States this year. The Iraqi captain team Ayman Hussein is held under interrogation in O'Hare Chicago Airport for 8 hours detained. Not only that, the Iranian national team has been notified they must enter and leave US soil on the same day of their matches played in America and go back to Mexico.
This has led some observers to say that nationality is affecting people's ability to participate in the World Cup experience. Countries facing travel restrictions or high visa rejection rates appear to be affected more heavily than countries whose citizens can travel more easily. For many fans, the best World Cups are remembered not just for the football, but for the feeling that the whole world is welcome. When supporters from countries like Ghana, Morocco, Japan, and Brazil can all participate easily, the tournament tends to feel more like true global celebration. Thank you for your time. Subscribe for more and engage for more outreach. See you next time. Bye.